Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TRG Central. Tonight we'll be continuing our coverage of the winners of 2 plus Triple Crown races with special round tournament. This is episode 3. Be sure to check out episode 0 for information about the series. Okay, let's get the APBA Saddle Racing Game for Windows up, and you can see it is now up on my screen. We'll go ahead and tell me what I'm going to be doing this episode. If there are any questions and answers, we always have a questions and answers session. We'll be slotting the round of 64 race qualifiers into the heat races for the quarterfinals. We'll be drawing the post positions for each race and reviewing the early morning line and what's happening with the betting public. So, episode 3 will preview this weekend for the final races. There will be 4 races on the card. The premiere is scheduled for 2/12/23 at 8 p.m. Eastern. And the top 4 finishers in each of the quarterfinal races will move on to the semifinals. So, I guess we'll just get right into slotting around 64 race qualifiers for heat races for the quarterfinals. I may go over a few things about the game as we're doing this. In order to do this, we need to go to the Create a Race screen. And from there, we select Create a Race. And then we come up in the left corner here in the menu, and we can do Copy a Race to modify. We'll do that. And you'll see there's the 4 quarterfinal races. So we'll go ahead and select the field for race 1. Okay, everything here has already been set. Each of the 4 quarterfinal races will be at Pimlico Park. All will have a first of $2 million. And the distance of the race is 9.5. Very similar to what you would have in the Preakness. So let's go ahead and get the horses. And since this is a tournament, and you probably realize that in a tournament, the only horses that you have available would be in the first round. And they would probably already be selected in the field for each of the first round races. From then on, you have to fill in the races based on the qualifiers from the previous round. So that's why there's no horses available yet. So let's go ahead and do that. And what we do is we make sure this is the horse number in the sequence. It's not necessarily going to be the post number, because on the next screen we'll go ahead and draw for the post position. Here we're just putting the entrance into the field to continue on in the process. So let's go ahead and get the first horse. The first horse is Capote, and with Ted Ackerson. And then you see they've been selected, and we click return, and then they'll be selected for the field. Okay. And then you see it's been incremented up to the second. You can change this anytime you want to whatever horse. Like if you make a mistake and you want somebody else slotted, you change this number and then you'll get the horse for that particular number. So we'll get horse 2, that's Omaha. qualified. And the jockey for Omaha will be Willie Saunders. Okay, now we can do a return and put them into the field, but we can also, here's a little tidbit about the game. If you right click on the horse or jockey number, you'll get their history. So let's go ahead and see if that actually works. And there you go. You see Omaha. You see his real life statistics and his APBA races. The APBA races are normally available only for the data disk that you are on. And then the career would be any data disk that you happen to have. So you have two total. You have the total for APBA on the particular data disk, and then its careers across all data disks. You get a little information about them. And I think there was some comments on it'd be nice to see the photograph or a picture of each of the horses. And this may be a screen that could accommodate that. If I had entered all this feature race history, it would show up here. That's the real life. And then in the APBA race history, you see here that he was, and you can slide it. So here you go. You have heat race 2 and the post and finish 4th. The slider down here, you want $60,000, and there's the timing for the race at each of the posts. So, just return, and we'll put Omaha on in the field, and we'll go to the third horse in the field will be River Rage. River Ridge, there we go. And George, let's go. Well, clouds. We do the fourth horse is a Fleet Alex. The rider for him is Jeremy Rose. Okay, next up is Man of War. The fifth horse to qualify here in race 1. And it'll be my Clarence Schumer. And again, if we would click on Man of War, and that's a right click, you see his real life statistics, his APBA statistics, came in second place once in his first race. That was in heat race number, heat race number 4. And it was a dead heat. Okay, and like I said, you can do this for any of the horses. They don't have to be the ones that you selected. I can come up here and do American Pharaoh. And you see that he finished 5th. Was able to win a whopping $10,000. Good for him. But he did not qualify because he wasn't in top 4. Okay, when we return with Man of War, go on to horse number 6. That'll be Chateauguay, Chateauguay, and Benza. Jockey next up is Heimlich, 7th horse to qualify in the first race, and Fred Smith, yawning. And next one is Damascus, 8th to qualify. And Hall of Famer Willie Shoemaker will be on that one. Risen Star will be the 9th to qualify. LED. And as you may have remembered in the earlier broadcast, we were expecting to have 8 horses in each of the 4 qualified races for 32 horses. While, like all, like what we mentioned all along with the APBA Saddle Racing Game, it has a tendency to have quite a few dead heats, and we had a few dead heats into the fourth position of the finishes. And I think we ended up with 5 extra, so all 4 of the races will have at least 9 horses, and one race will have 10. And this is the race that'll have 10. Go ahead and get Pleasant Colony. And Pleasant Colony was going to be ridden by George Bettsfeld also. Okay, so that's the 10 horses, so we'll view the race card.
The track conditions are fast.
And we'll go ahead and draw the post positions. And we'll see what Homestretch Harry, as he has Omaha Risen Star and Damascus as his favorites. And we'll see what the betting public has.
2 minutes to post time, 2 minutes.
And there you go, it looks like Damascus is the favorite with the betting public. And we have a very, very high long shot right now, Kaput. Even though we have one of the better odds at 8-1, the public is not wagering on him yet. So, we'll just go ahead and update the race. I'll put the new post positions in place. And now we'll go to the next race. And we do the whole process again, go to feature races. Pick race number 2. Get the horses. Again, everything is the same. Each race is versus 2 million, and they're all the races have a distance of 9.5 furlongs. Okay, so we go to race 2. First horse qualified was Sir Barton. And this is actually the oldest horse in the race. And he did win the Triple Crown. But he won it before the Triple Crown was a thing. But he was entered in all 3 races and did win them. But at the time, it was not called the Triple Crown. It was just 3 separate races. Okay, Sir Barton John Loftus. And again, we can right-click on Sir Barton. He ran at heat race 1 and finished second. And you can see his APBA record. He was in the money one and won himself $200,000. Probably 3 or 4 times more than he ever won in his lifetime racing back in the early 1900s. Okay, so he's now entered into the field. Horse 2 will be Seattle Slew. And we'll take a quick look at Seattle Slew. And he's one of the 8 winners, and he won himself $600,000. And he was in heat race 2. Post position 3, 10 furlong race. Okay, we'll go on to the next horse. We'll put him in the field. Horse 3 is Native Dancer. And let's see, Native Dancer. We're going with Eric Buellen. Okay, horse 4. Canonero 2. Yeah, it's Canonero 2. He's ridden by Gustavo Olivia. Yeah, I'm really hacking these names. I know that. Next one up is Shutout. Shutout, he's ridden by Wayne White. You might not remember what Shutout did in his first race. He did heat 2 in heat race number 5. Won himself $155,000 as he had to split it up with the other second place horse. Okay. Put him in the field. We'll go to 6th, and that's Gallant Fox. And he's ridden by Earl Sandy. Horse 7 will be Assault. And Calvin Borler. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Warren Burton's. Horse 8 will be Big Brown. And Kent. And then this one, and the other 3 races, race 2, 3, and 4 will all have 9 horses. And this is our first filly that will have qualified in the quarter finals. And you ridden by Calvin Bourne. Calvin Borrell. Okay, that gives us our 9 horses. We can view the race card.
The track conditions are fast.
Go ahead and draw post positions. Take a look at our track handicapper right now. It looks like Big Brown is the favorite. See what our track handicapper does. Yeah, he has Big Brown as his favorite. Callaghan Fox and Native Dancer. We'll go to the betting window to see
2
what's
minutes for
happening
both
so
times, 2
far with
minutes.
the public. And there you go. Right now, the money is on Seattle Slew. He's in the 8th post position. Let's go ahead and update the race. And we have 2 down and 2 to go. And just goes through the same process again. So over to heat race 3. Horses. And heat race 3. First horse selected for the field is Carryback. He's ridden by John Sellers. Next horse up is Silver Charm. And Silver Charm was ridden by Gary Seawins. Next up is Spectacular Bid, 3rd position. Will be ridden by John Franklin. I'm sorry, Ron Franklin. And take a look at Spectacular Bid. He won 600,000 as he won the heat race number 3. We can go down here. Okay, he ran it in 2:02.5. Okay, slot him in the 3. Fourth up is War Admiral. And he's ridden by Charles Turksinger. Now there's been some talk that maybe about running some extra side races during the tournament. There's a good possibility that the semifinals may have a race or 2 extra. And one of the ideas was to run the great matchways with War Admiral and Sea Bitches. And Sea Bitches didn't do so hot in the prelim when we were running the play-in race. It was thought that let Sea Biscuit and War Admiral race against each other. And I think that's when they were both 4-year-olds, so I think that was in 1938, but we'll check that out. Let's see. That's good. We have War Emblem's 3-year-old in 1937. T-Piston 3-year-old is 36. So T-Piston would be 5 and Admiral's 4. I think that's the year that they ran, but we'll do the lookup to make sure. And we might set up that as a special race during the semifinals. So anyway, we have War Admiral and Kurt Singer. 4, Tabasco Cat comes in as the 5th qualifier. With Pat Day on him. Riding him. 6 is Northern Answer. And then Blair. Let's see, we can put a cameo or Human. Okay, we'll do a video. Next up is Johnstown. And the 7th course selected is what's James Stout as his jockey. 8 is Hillary, sorry. And jockey is Charles Miller. Yes, there he is. And the 9th horse in this race will be Ruffian. And Ruffian will be Yatinko Vasquez. Now we can do Ruffian. Ruffian is now been in 2 races along with Rachel Alexander. So if we click on that, you'll see that Ruffian was in the play-in race and heat race 7. Finished first in the play-in race in the 3rd dead heat in heat race 7. He's managed to win $385,000. She's managed to win $385,000. Go ahead and enter her. And now we have our 9 horses. We'll go to okay, we'll go ahead and assign weights this time. The other ones will assign the weights in off camera. And we'll do the weights here. Everybody is going to carry 124, except the fillies, they'll be carrying 122. Ruffian will be carrying 122. All the rest of the horses 124. Okay.
Track conditions are fast.
We'll draw the post positions. And there is their order in the post position. Hillary, the Master Cat, Silver Charm, Ruffian, Native Dancer, Johnson, Cherry Pack, War Admiral, and Spectacular Bid. Oh, Spectacular Bid's going to have a tough time winning his 2nd race there, going in the 9th post. See what track handicapper has. He has Tabasco Cat. And the Native Dancer. And Silver Charm. So early morning odds have Native Dancer favorite 7-1. Okay, let's go to betting window and see what the public thinks.
2 minutes to post time, 2 minutes.
There you have it. They look pretty even there for 4 or 5 horses. 4-0, 5-4, 470, 440. Might be a really close, tough race to call for the feathers out there for heat race 3. Okay, we'll update. And then we'll continue on to the fourth and final heat race of the quarterfinals. Okay, get the horses. Same, I'm sorry, same as before. $2 million purse, 9.5 furlong is the distance. We'll get the horses. Okay, horse one is a Furman. And see, it's called them. And let's see who's on him. Okay, horse two is Zev. And Earl Sandy. He's gonna be the jockey. So the horse three is Point Gibbon. And Gary Siemens will be riding Point Gibbon. And Needles is fourth. Needles was another winner of one of the early heat races. A Berg jockey. Take a look at Needles. Yeah, he won heat race 4, picked him up in $600,000. More than he won in 1956. Okay, let's go ahead and put him into the field. Number 5 is going to be Citation. And anyway, riding him. Horse 6 is Sheba. With Chris McCowan. Horse 7 is Bold Venture. Ira Hanford is the jockey. Horse 8 is our king. Karia King. Yeah. And Don Hunfield. And then this is another 9-horse field. And Dalamis Marley Jones. Will be written by Stuart Elliott. Okay, that's your 9-horse field for heat race 4. And let's do the weights. Yes, we'll do the weights for this one. They're all colts, so they'll all be carrying 124. Okay, let's go to the race card so we can
Track conditions are
draw the
fast.
post positions for the final race in the quarterfinals. And Sheba gets the most position 1 of Furman, Point Gibbon. Shua King, Zell, Needle, Swanee Jones, Bold Ventures, and Citation. 9. be tough for him. Saw what happened to Secretariat when you're starting way out outside. So here's the odds so far. This is the early morning odds, and we have Affirmative as the favorite. See what Track Handicapper says. He likes Affirmative too. Sheba, and then Zev. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what the
2 minutes to
public
post
is
time, 2
doing.
minutes.
There you have it right now. The money looks like is on Zev and Citation. The early favorite, Affirmative, is doing well too with the betting public. Let's go ahead and update the race. And there you have it. There's our four quarterfinal races. Back to the beginning. And we'll go to the betting parlor and take a look at so far the earnings. And here's our earnings as a reminder of who has what money entering into the quarterfinals. Okay, I think we can go ahead and wrap this up. Only thing I'm going to say is the betting window will be opened right now. Also close the voting Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's the day before the races. So, this is Gary signing off from TRG Central. Enjoy wagering on the race, and we'll see you on Sunday to call each of the four quarterfinal races. Goodbye.